far. Y'all are good at this. All right, one more and then we're moving on to our story. I really thought these were going to trick you guys, but I found out that Miss Single is too easy. All right, you ready? All right, let me see. My question to you is going to be, which one is transportation? Which one can you ride in? Yay! So this is a city bus, but what kind of bus comes here to school? Tell me. What kind of bus do we see when we're leaving school? It's called a, what? School bus. Good job. All right, Sammy, put it where it goes. Why does it go smiley? Because it is transportation, right? Have you ever rode in a bus? Yes? Is it fun? Yeah? Good. Was your bus yellow? Like a school bus? Yeah? All right, which one is transportation? Okay, I want you guys to notice that Trevor is really thinking. Why are you having to think so hard? Is Miss Single trying to trick you? Think. Do you see anything on here that's transportation? Can you ride in a building? No, you can't. Can you ride in boots? So, you're right. I was trying to trick you. So this goes under the frowny, right? That's not transportation. What is that one? Tell me. Yes or no? No. No. Put it up. Man, you guys are good. I just wanted to see kind of what you guys knew. You guys rock it right, Joel. You are so funny. All right, so we're going to read our story. I'm going to read through it, and then I've got some questions that we're going to go over, and then I have a little fun activity for you guys that I think you're going to like. All right? So our story today is Load 'em Up, and it's all about transportation, but just like when you're reading stories in your group, you have to know what happens first. What comes after first? Second, and fourth or last, right. So there's sequences to a story, a sequence to every story, right? Beginning, middle, and end. Because just like your little worm, caterpillar, whatever you guys call it, that you're growing over here, when you first got him, what was he? First he was a caterpillar, right. And then he turned into, what is he doing right now? Did you hear her word? Did you hear what she said? Say it louder, Sammy.
Chrysalis.
He is turning into a chrysalis. Good job, girlfriend. So proud of you. So he's turning into a chrysalis, and then there's going to be a step 3, which is what?
A butterfly.
He's going to turn into a butterfly. So everything has a sequence. So just like our story. Load 'em up. Robert has a cranberry farm in Massachusetts. Many people order cranberries from Robert's farm. Robert is busy loading his cranberries. So what state is Robert in? Is he in Massachusetts or Ohio? How did you know that? It's in your brain? Did you hear me say that? I read it, so I did say it, but what else did you use? Another clue on here, didn't you? We call these context clues, and you used the what? The illustration or the... You looked at the picture. Good job. Good job. Smart. You guys are so smart. So the first thing he's going to do is he's in Massachusetts at a cranberry farm, and he's going to load those cranberries up. Let's see what he's going to do next. Robert gets a phone call from the grocery store in town. The store needs a box of cranberries. I'll load them up, says Robert. He knows his pickup truck can carry this small load. So what if it were like 100 boxes of cranberries? Could his little pickup truck do that?
No.
Why?
Because it did not do it.
Because it won't.
It won't.
Would the big boxes fit in a little truck?
No.
No, it wouldn't fit.
And only a little box.
So when we're thinking about transportation, we have to think, it's just like when you see a school bus. Could all of the kids that get on a bus, could all of the kids that ride a school bus fit in a car? No, that's why we have school buses, right? Because they're bigger and they can fit more people. All right, Robert loads the cranberries into his pickup truck to drive to the store. So you see, did they fit in his truck? Yep, they sure did. You watching, Sammy? All right, you ready for this one? Robert gets a phone call from a farmer's market in another state. They need 50, this is where you need to come in, listening and using your brain. They need 50 boxes of cranberries. They need 50 boxes of cranberries. Is that a lot, Sammy? That's a lot of cranberries. I'll load them up, says Robert. He knows he needs a big truck to carry those boxes. So can he use his little pickup truck anymore? No. Why? They won't?
They won't fit.
They won't fit. You are absolutely right. Good listening. Robert loads the boxes onto a big truck and sends them off. Is that truck bigger than his pickup truck, Sammy? It is bigger. He's got that whole back area. Robert gets a call from a customer in California.
I like customers.
You like customer? What is a customer? Tell me.
A customer is like whenever you go in, the customer and then there's like a shop.
So it's a person like you or me that goes in a store. When I go to Walmart and I shop, I am a customer, right? I'm a customer. Good job, Joelle. Robert, sit up, Sammy. Robert gets a call from a customer in California. They need an order of cranberries for the next day. So Robert says, who is Robert? Robert is the, point to Robert in the story.
Robert's in the farm.
Yeah, raise your hand, because Sammy's, okay. Hang on.
Robert's the farm.
He's not the farm, he's a farm,
To pick up.
he's a farmer, right?
Yeah.
Robert is right here, he is the farmer, and he's got that phone up to his ear, and he's like, I got you, man. I'm gonna load the cranberries up and bring them right to you. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll load them up, says Robert. He knows an airplane can take the cranberries there very fast. So is an airplane faster or slower than a truck? He has his hand raised. Good job. Thank you for doing that.
No, they go fast.
An airplane goes faster because it flies over land. It doesn't have to stop at red lights. It doesn't have to stop if a dog crosses the street, right?
They know.
It just flies right over everybody, so it is faster. Robert loads the order of cranberries onto an airplane. You see that? It's kind of like this thing probably moves and pulls them up on the plane. Do you see that? That's pretty cool, right? Raise your hand if you want to work there someday. That'd be a fun job, right? Miss Gerardo's husband works with airplanes. Pretty cool. Robert, who is Robert again? He's one of the characters in the story, right? Trevor, Robert's one of the characters in the story? What's his job in the story? He is the not farmant, farmer. Let's say it together. Ready?
Farm.
Robert is the farmer. That's his character. Robert gets a phone call. A packaging plant in Florida needs 38 pallets of cranberries. Wow, that's a big load of cranberries, says Robert. I'll load them up. This time, he knows, I need a train to carry this big load. So, raise your hand if you can tell me what a pallet is. Anybody know what a pallet is? Do you know what a pallet is, Joelle?
A pallet is like, what is this?
It's big, so I'm going to show you how big a pallet is. A pallet, I don't know, it might be bigger than that. It's about this big, and it's wooden, and they load them up really high like they do at Lowe's and Home Depot, and they can raise them up with those big machines and move them around. Robert loads the cranberries onto a train. Let's see, where was the train? Oh, yeah, you see the train box? See the box car?
Yeah. Well,
That's
the
called a
train-
box car.
The train have train tracks.
Point to the train tracks. Show me. Yep. And those little wheels hook onto the train track. And when you crank the engine up, just like in a car, you pull the train. Does the train just have two pieces to it, or is it like really long?
In the long.
It's really long. It's got a bunch of box cars that all hook together, right, Sammy?
There's a lot of.
Trucks, airplanes, and trains. I need them all to get my cranberries delivered, says Robert. Now that the cranberries have been delivered, people can buy his cranberries at the market. What's another word for market? We don't really call it where we go to buy groceries a market. What do we call it?
To give other people.
Okay, but think, when your mom takes you to the grocery store, she says, hey, we're gonna go buy some milk. Where does she take you?
Stores.
Which kind of store does she usually? You guys go to Publix, she might go to Walmart.
Public.
So you're right, another word for market is going to the store, right, Joelle? Right? And then that's the end. All right, I'm gonna see how much you remember. We started out, remember, we started out small, right?
It's small truck.
We started out with a small truck is right. So let's see if we can sequence this story before I give you your cute little activity that I want you to do. Sammy, girl, you have to go to bed early tonight. You sleepy? Can you sit up for me like a big girl? Thank you. Okay, so beginning. Let's read it together. I'm going to see how good you guys do with your reading. You ready? All right, you watching? First, who is this guy?
Farmer.
He's a farmer. His name is Robert. First, Robert loads blank with cranberries. All right, I'm going to need hands because we're not just we're going to look at our choices up here. We've got a train, a pickup.
A pickup truck.
Who did that? Did you raise your hand?
Yes.
You did, but did you wait for me to call on you?
Yeah.
No, be honest. Did you wait for me to call on you? Okay, you have to wait for Miss Single to call on you. I see that you remember to raise your hand. I'm super proud of you for that, but you gotta wait. And then airplane. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you put this one up, okay, since you knew the answer? Tell us why. I wanna know why. How did you know truck was the answer?
And they pick up little stuff.
Okay, so let's use some words for that.
Cranberries.
The first thing they did was load the cranberries in a
Truck.
Okay, so he knows that's the first thing they did. All right, are you going to call out again? No. Please. All right, next. Now we're on this one. Second. Let's think. No calling out this time. Second, Robert loads blank with cranberries. What was the second thing he loaded? So he said to himself, the farmer said, Robert, the truck is too small. Now we got to go bigger. What was the next bigger thing, Sammy, that they used? Put your hands down for right now. I appreciate you guys raising them. Thank you for doing that. But let me let Sammy do this one, and then I'll let you do the next one. Okay, Trevor? No, come here. Come here. Come here to sing a single. Okay. So, second, guys, you have to be ears. You have to be ears, and you have to be watching to make sure Sammy gets this, okay? She might need some help from a buddy. Thank you, Trevor. Second, Robert loads blank with cranberries. So he has that box. Does he need a big old plane? Does he need a huge train? Or does he just need a bigger truck? Which one? He does. He just needs a little bigger truck. Here, you're not done yet, girl. Good job. Wow, look how neat Sammy is. Sammy wanted to make sure she got that on there neat. So second, Robert loads a big truck with cranberries. You guys are doing super good with this review of the story. I'm super proud of you. All right, two more. Trevor, I promised you, man. Third, let's read it together. You guys read with me? Third, who? What's his name? Robert, good job. Sammy, sit up, baby. Robert loads blank with cranberries. What was the third thing he did? He wants to get them there faster. Come on. Good job. You're such a good listener. I appreciate that. I don't know what I would do without you, Trevor, being such a good listener. So Trevor knows. You want to read the whole thing now? Go ahead. Third, Robert loads. Say it. You did it. An airplane. With, Joelle, you're not listening. With, good job, man. Way to listen to that text and read it for us. All right, the very last thing. This one's going to be easy. Sammy, what was the very last thing?
Sure.
What is this?
Train.
Train. Last, Robert loads blank with cranberries. So, Sammy, I need you to answer a question for me. One more question for you, big girl. Can you get it? All right, good. Good job. All right, so Sammy put train up there. Can you tell me why? Why did we need a train? I know, but could we just throw them in the pickup truck? That's what we did.
No.
Why?
You put them.
Because his orders got bigger and bigger and bigger. Remember we talked about how big the pallets are and he needed like 50 of them? Would that fit in a little pickup truck?
No.
No. So we needed a huge big train that goes really fast to get those cranberries to the what? What's another word for market? Store. To get them to the store where you guys shop. Now you know how it works for Publix, right? Publix and Walmart and Dixie. All right, so we have a follow-up thing that I'm going to work with you guys on. I'm going to see how much you remember from the story. And this is going to be you guys just doing your own journal. So I'm going to hand this to you. I'm going to give you a pencil. What I want you to do is start with your name, please. I want to see, when you put your name, do you have to write it nice and neat, Sammy? You do, don't you? Yeah, that way everybody knows what your name is and it's super neat. All right, write your name. Write your name and then I'm going to get you started. You guys did a really good job with this activity. High five, round table high five. Good job. Super proud of you guys. All right, so the first sentence says, I want to visit a new place. And see the little picture with the map? That represents place. Where do you want to go? So I've got a couple of things here for you guys. You guys are going to do just a little bit of cutting for me. And Sammy, I've got yours cut out for you, honey. So you're welcome. You're so polite. All right. So Sammy, probably the best thing for us to do with you is I'm going to just put them out here so that you see them. Shh, shh, shh. Hey, Joelle, if you guys have this, you need to have totally different answers because you want to go different places, right? This is your journal. All right. So Sammy, where would you like to go? You have to think of which places are places you might want to go. I gave you some choices there. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go in a car? Do you want to go to the mountains? Do you want to go to the playground? A lake? You like to go to the lake? What do you do at the lake? Tell me, what did you say? But tell me, what do you do at a lake? Well, you're going to put it in the square. You are absolutely right, girlie. But what do you do at a lake? Let's think about it. You could swim. You could fish.
Fish.
You like to fish?
Yeah.
How big are the fish you catch?
Little.
Little? That's okay, girl. You got to start somewhere. right, so I'm gonna let you guys work on this. The next one, I will ride. How are you going to get there? What kind of transportation? Look at your pictures. And it has to be something with transportation. Now, if Sammy wants to go to the lake and she wants to go fishing, is she gonna ride on a bus in the lake? No, what do you think she might ride? Which might you ride on in a lake, Sammy? What rides in a lake, on a lake? We should say on a lake. I'm gonna give you 3 choices. 1, 2, 3. So if you wanna ride on a lake and go fishing, hold on a minute, let's think for a minute. Let's let Miss Single tell you. Look, look, look. Do you want to can you take a car in the lake? Can you take a bus in the lake? Or do you take a boat in the lake? You are so smart, girl. See, you just had to listen just for a minute and you would get it right. So Sammy's gonna go to the lake and ride on a boat. You guys need to be doing yours. Where do you wanna go? Want more choices? There's some more choices for you. Your journal.
This is the train.
Sammy, you gluing? What you doing?
I'm going to train.
What?
I'm putting a train.
Okay, but you want to go to car. Okay, that's not really the place that we go. See, they're trying to trick you because they throw all these extra things in here because they're like, I'm going to try to trick these kids so that they will think, what is that? Joelle, what is that? So you want to go to the park. Can you go to the park?
Yeah.
How would you get there?
By my,
Look at your picture choices. Can't
by
take
my
a
go-kart.
Okay, now, let me give you 3 choices. Do you want to go to the park in a bus, in a car? I don't know about a boat because it's not water, right? So which one of these 3? Look at me. Okay, hang on. But you're going to tell me how you're going to get to the park.
A car.
Thanks. Good job. I love it when that brain's working and you're thinking through it. All that critical thinking that you're doing, right? That's really smart thinking. I like that. Good job, buddy. And what are you going to see there?
I'm going to see
I hear your brain's working.
my boat.
So, Trevor, you can get up and tell yours when you get done, okay, buddy? You did a
I'm
very
done.
good job. Make sure you glue that piece down. Please. Good job. Well, you need to put just a little more glue right there. You got it. Okay.
And
Good
I
job.
did it.
Trevor, you want to read yours?
I already did it.
What's yours say, Trevor? Hold on a minute, Sammy. Let him read first. I want to go to the playground. Good job. I will cars to get there. You might be having some friends going. Maybe you're going for a birthday party. Mom's gonna drive and Dad's gonna drive another group of
My
kids.
birthday's
I will see.
people.
High five. Good job, buddy. I love your journal. What does yours say? Read it.
I will go to the park.
Okay.
I will go drive the car
To get there.
and go with boat.
Oh, hold on a minute. You're gonna see a boat at the park. Is there water there though? Let's think. What might you see at the park? Let's see if we can find something else.
I see it.
Tell me.
School bus.
Well, we're gonna ride in a school bus. What might you see at a park?
I see a park the whole city.
You could be a city park, sure. Go ahead. Pretend like you're in New York City. I love it. Perfect. Sammy Lou, what you got, girl? What are you gonna see out there? What are you gonna see there?
Playground.
You're gonna see a playground
Yeah.
at the lake? I I know what you might